Hey guys, it's Connor here with the last game of Castle Assault. Um, this time it's my Orcs versus some more Dark Elves. The last game I just played was that frustrating loss caused by comp and my own ineptitude. Um, so playing, yeah, down on the bottom tables, I guess, still, or around the mid. Um, this guy's relatively new and pretty young, so got to teach him some things as well, which is good for. Always good to see new young players coming through. Um, Bounty Hunt's the actual mission. It's basically battle line, but you get so 5 of the 20 battle points are decided via killing your enemy's general and BSB and keeping yours alive, pretty much. Just quickly run through his Dark Elf list. He had a Dreadlord on a dragon. I don't know, kitted up with some things. His BSB was on a peg, kitted up with some stuff, so didn't really come into it. Only level 2 on Dark, and then 2 lots of 20 Dark Shards, some Blackguard, 5 Dark Riders, a couple of Cold One Chariots, some Harpies, and 2 Repeater Bolt Throwers. So it's not, again, doesn't have all the really hard choices. So again, I'm down on comp. I can't remember exactly, but we'll have a look at the end. In fact, I think this guy I reckon got comped. I think Dark Elves just got comped hard just for being Dark Elves, to be honest. Um, Even though I don't think these armies were particularly tough. I get Vindictive Glare and Sneaky Stabbing on the level 2. Obviously getting the Magic Missile helps. And Foot, Fist, Hand, and here we go. So I mean the best ones I think in the deck for the big warg. So his deployment, he's got a Cold One out on the left. I've got some arrows here. The Harpies sitting out the back. He's got some Dark Shards in front with the level 2 Sorceress in there. And then he's got a Hydra, which I think forgot to tell you that on the army list. His level 2 also has Blade Wind and Power of Darkness as the spells. There's his Blackguard in front of the dragon. And then out on the right, the Marathi model is his BSB on peg, and the other Cold One Chariots. And you can see the Dark Shards and Dark Riders there as well. This is actually after my movement. Sorry, I didn't take a picture. So I got first turn. You can see I've got my Night Goblins out on the left, Wolf Riders, and my Trolls and Savages sort of in the middle. My General behind the Trolls at the moment. Again, the War Machine's just lying along the back. Over on the right, I had more Wolf Riders and my Gobbo Big Boss and the Pump Wagon. Basically, my random movers over here. Not getting too aggressive with the Wolf Riders or anything yet. I was going to eventually get around, well, I was thinking getting around the back to take out the War Machines, but wanted to try get rid of these Dark Riders first. Yeah, nothing really much happened in Magic, so and shooting, I don't think I really did a whole lot, except maybe I think I killed a few Harpies or something. That's about it. So into his first turn, the Dark Riders go into the Pump Wagon. BSB moves up a bit, but he holds back his Chariot. I'm not exactly sure why, but anyway, that's what he did. And here he just takes shots at my Night Goblins, pretty much, with his Dark Shards. Wipes off a fair few of them. Actually, a lot of them. Calls a panic test, and we hold. Somehow I've got a wound on my wizard too. I can't remember how that happened. So I move up aggressively on my turn too. I just go, he hasn't moved, so I thought, well, I'll take the fight to him. So on the right, I've charged my Big Boss and my Wolf Riders into the Dark Riders. Obviously, I didn't think that Wolf Riders would do it, but I thought with the Big Boss I might be able to knock through a few wounds or something. But anyway, that's what I did. And I sent the Mangler straight at his BSB. Didn't roll high enough though, and it's sitting on top of the hill there. And yeah, my general's just moved over. I'm not too worried about getting hit. I can't with the bolt throwers, so not hiding behind the Trolls too much. I mean, yeah, it's not going to matter anyway. It's just minus whatever it is, 2 to hits or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much my movement. Oh, and sorry, I did this a few days ago, so I can't remember what I've animated or not. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I moved these guys up, send the Night Goblins, send the Fanatics through, and one makes it through the Cold One, and it makes it safe and doesn't do anything. And magic, I got 8 to 7. Basically, he dispels hand. I was going to just plonk the trolls right up in his face in front of the Hydra, pretty much. But that didn't happen. I don't know what else I got off, probably not much. The Doom Divers take out... Oh no, 2 Doom Divers, and I misfire both of them, so that's great. So again, my shooting's not going great in the early parts. Over here in combat, yeah, the Wolf Riders are crap. I did manage to take out 2, but they just destroyed and ran down the rest of my guys. So yes, we discussed that afterwards. I thought, yeah, they're better than well, what can you do? Gobbos suck, but I thought with a big boss I might better do something, but no. Over here, yeah, so what happened here is he charged the cold one into my night goblins. I fled, and then he basically obviously fails his charge. There's no one else to redirect, and he didn't roll very high. So he ends up right on top of a fanatic, which blows up and ends up killing it. So that was good for me. Yeah, we tried to see if there was a way that he could just make one wheel and make contact with me, like a standard charge type thing. But actually, no, you didn't even do that with the failed charge. Yeah, that's the thing. You just pivot towards the the center and move forward, and I think that's what happened. He landed on the fanatic. He charges in his Hydra into my trolls, which it's not too bad. They'll sit there and fight each other for a while. But the bad thing is he charges his harpies in, and this is again his downfall in this game, really. Which after this combat I alert him to, and then he still does it in the future. I'll show you. So in goes them, in goes the harpies. Again, he doesn't move his Master and BSB, and ethical dilemma here. Should I have reminded him? I mean, it's not that I didn't remind him; it's that I should have suggested that he moved it. So I did ask him, but he wanted to. I don't know what he was planning on doing with that, and he hasn't moved his cold ones at Chariot over there too. So I'm not sure what the plan there was. But anyway, yep, here's the picture of the trolls about to try and do some damage. He shoots off a few more of these guys. They're going to be rallying on double ones, I think, now. So I think it's going to run off the board. I always seem to lose them, and it's still a chunk of points, so I need to work out the best way to do them. Anyway, yeah, the trolls wipe out the harpies there and wound the Hydra, and he passed his break test, so that was good for him. Yes, and I got a 16-inch roll on the Mangler straight through his BSB, leaving him, on 1 wound. So, yeah, almost killed his BSB from that. You can see I've wiped out a few dark shards. This is just from shooting and the random rock lobber I'm throwing around. So, I've moved my Wyvern. I'm just keeping him basically right up behind my troops. I don't want that black dragon flying over and getting into combat with my Wyvern, because he's going to wipe me off the board. So I'm just trying to keep it close. And yet they're still rallying. And then magic, we have big one 12 to 6, and I get fists, and here we go up. Here we go off. I think foot went off too at some point. I don't know if it killed a whole lot. So with this one, all my Doom Divers and Rock Lobbers, they either misfire or totally miss this BSB. It was just shocking shooting. Here's a picture of one Doom Diver misfiring, this one misfiring. The Trolls managed to put 2 more wounds on the Hydra, and it's still, yeah, he passed his break test again, so he's holding. But yeah, I'm tooled up for combat with the Savages. If he's just trying to say, yeah, charge me if you want, but we'll see. And he does. In comes the Dragon in his turn 3. Again, good move, probably. I mean, the Dragon's going to, you would think, would do some damage. But he brought his Blackguard or Executioners, whatever the ones with the halberds are. The stubborn dudes. In they came. You can see I've already wiped out 2 or 3 too. He's only got like 12 there. Yeah, probably bad on his part. His Dark Riders, yeah, after killing the Wolf Riders, I was sort of just hanging around trying to take pot shots at the War Machines for his turn 2, so I think he finally went, I'll try charge these Doom Divers, which he's going for, and finally his Chariot's starting to move up, and his BSB's hiding behind the hill over there just to try and save him a bit. But yeah, this combat round really broke his back, so my Trolls finally beat the Hydra and ran it down, which is great for me. But yeah, and then he challenges with his Dreadlord, which I gleefully accept with my champion. I'm trying to remember. To be honest, I think. No, that's right. Yeah, I think his Dreadlord whiffed on my champ, but the Black Dragon didn't wipe him off the board. But obviously, his Thunderstops and everything had to go against my champ, so he's ended up with 5 as an overkill. I think that's what the dice is behind me on the combat there. But yeah, my Savages go to town and totally wipe off every Blackguard or whatever they are. Yeah, the Blackguard. So there's nothing left. So he's down, plus with ranks and my BSB and standard, he was down a fair bit. He ran, I caught the Black Dragon, which is great, and then pursued into his Dark Shards. On top of that, just before this, in movement, actually it could have been I can't remember one of my movements, at the top there, my Mangler actually randomly moved and went straight through his repeated bolt thrower and wiped him off too, so pretty happy with that. So yeah, that really just broke his back then. But anyway, the Trolls reformed. Look at these guys. So I've got his up on the objectives too, because I've killed his general now. Now I just need to go after his BSB, which is hiding behind that hill. Looks like I've taken off a Dark Rider with some shooting or a Rock Lower or something. So the Savages here, they beat the Dark Shards, obviously, and reformed to face the BSB and try and go after her or him. Looks like we've taken out a couple. Actually, he in his turn, he gets 2 Infinite Forces off on both spells that he had and takes out half his unit. And doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, he doesn't have great spells, so that's what you get. Looks like I've got Fist up still. I've moved closer to his. You can just see the Marathi model in front of all his dead pile over there. Might better get a charge on next turn, but we didn't need to because I landed a Doom Diver on him, which is on the hill, and killed him. And so that's that picture. Oh yes, this is right. Sorry, so I charge, and then in my turn 5 I charge. So yeah, the Dark Shards over here, they had the level 2 Sorceress. They fled, and then in his turn 5 he failed to rally. They went off the board. So that ended the game. I think the only thing was left, he managed to get a charge in on this Rock Lobber and take it out just to get some points. So that's where it ended. He had a Chariot and some Dark Riders left pretty much. So pretty bloody battle for me. So I got 14-1 with the battle points and 5 zip for the objectives. Comp difference 1.5. Yeah, so he must have had a comp of 3. Middle of the road. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, it was 17-5 to 2.5 wins. So happy with that. I mean, it's bittersweet in that sense. It was a little bit like clubbing a baby seal. I think both Dark Elf players that I played, had pretty soft lists, and also, just played the combats wrong. They went into my Savages with, 2 units, with character in a unit, and allowing me to just, maul the unit to pieces. At the end of the day, they're toughness 3. My Savages are going to wipe most of them out. So, if they played a bit more conservatively or smart around that phase, I probably would have had a harder time. But I'll take it where I was, that's for sure. And with the tough losses I had, I thought, I want to make some points up, so I did. So that was good. So overall, what did I end up with? So I ended up with battle points of 39 out of 75, I think. It's not too bad, just above half. So not too bad. Objectives I did great at, I thought. Only that one game where I just had no idea what I was doing. Obviously, comp I went down by 8, so that's something to look at in future, and I might move up. Overall, I scored 30. I think I was 35 out of 76 or something like that, so not too bad. especially for only getting 2 wins technically, and taking a wyvern in a pretty big risk, I guess these days. Worked out for me in the end. I think the things I want to look at with these orcs is how to sort of use some of my chaff a little better, so I'm not giving up the big point. Like I'm losing hundreds of points, and I think the night golems are a bit key to that. I guess if I treat them as a bunker, I should treat them as a bunker and keep them out. Try and keep them alive. If I want them throwaway, well, not throwaway, but to deploy fanatics, maybe I should take bigger unit to try and actually survive a bit more. I don't know. Something to think about. Anyway, I hope you like this series, and I'll get some more battle reports up soon. Actually did play a game this week, but it got cut short in turn 3 because my opponent had to leave. Family emergency type thing. So I got 3 turns against my Empire versus some warriors. I don't know if I'll put that down because it really was in the middle of the battle when we had to stop. So the last turn we just threw stuff in combat for fun, so it's not that great. But I am lining up another game next week, and it'll be another player who's playing warriors, so it'll be interesting because I haven't had a full game versus warriors yet. We'll see how we go. Anyway, stay tuned. See ya.